So I was watching a video on YouTube about some social media murder case where this girl stabbed somebody she knew because she felt that her life was in danger because the girl was pissed off that she started dating an ex-boyfriend of hers. And it was a video of the police interrogating this girl. And a lot of people are asking in the comment section, why didn't she get a lawyer? And this is an old case. I mean, this thing has been over since like 2011 or 2010 or even 2009, I think. It's actually what the timestamp in the interrogation video was from 2009. But a lot of people, they were asking, why do a lot of people talk to the cops, and especially young people, without lawyers? Well, for one, frankly, lawyers are fucking expensive. You know, they don't work for cheap, and everyone knows that. Another reason, and I can say this from personal experience without getting too personal, is that they take advantage of young people because they know that young people don't know jack fucking shit about the law, and they're easy to manipulate. They're easy to manipulate into a false sense of security so that they can get a lot of frustrated and anguished and confused answers out of somebody and then use minimal psychology to bend those confused and anguished answers out of somebody into whatever the fuck they want them to really say. Detectives are no more than a glorified sociopath with a badge. They're a bona fide sociopath. You have to be one to be a detective, especially a murder detective. And a lot of people that watch these videos of mine, you know, they know that I have some strong opinions about things, but this isn't just an opinion. This is fucking fact. Anybody that wants to work a job where they go look at fucking dead people all day and then try to figure out how they're murdered has to have something fucking wrong with them. Just like a person who wants to go out and then make people dead and then figure out why the fuck they like making people dead has something desperately and vastly wrong with them. My personal experience with having to answer a few questions from one of these dipshits years ago for something I ended up being cleared of and obviously didn't even fucking do and had no understanding of why I was even questioned in the first place is what embittered me against the system and embittered me against the cops. So it goes a little something like this. I got called in to talk to a detective over something some idiot that I was friends with at the time had done and had no knowledge of them even doing. At that point, I hadn't even talked to them in years. But because of the whole guilt by association thing, I get called in to answer some questions. And most of the questions that I was asked had fucking fuck all to do with the case that they were prosecuting. Ended up the guy fucking went to jail for like 5 years for beating the shit out of somebody in an armed robbery. So, that's that, really. You know, and I told the motherfucker over and over again, why the hell would I associate with somebody like that? They only mentioned the case that they were trying to prosecute against this guy in, like, you know, passing. They wanted to know more about me, and I'm thinking that it's because they wanted to wrap me up in it too. The first question out of this asshole's mouth was, well, how's the relationship between you and your grandmother? Because we see here that you'd live with your grandparents, and I nearly fucking got over the table at the guy. Because I knew where he was going with that fucking question. The next thing is bringing up the situation between my ex-fiancée and my kid and I. Which had fucking shit all to do with what they were trying to prosecute. Which had nothing to fucking do with me. Eventually, after about 2 hours of answering this motherfucking dipshit's questions, I don't even know how the guy got a badge, let alone a high school diploma. Because all I saw being used was just minimalistic psychology. What he would try to do is he would just try to ask me a question that had nothing to do with anything, and I would give him a confused answer, the only fucking answer I could give, because I'm not going to lie, and say, yes, you know, I fuck my grandmother, because that's where you're going with it, you twisted fuck. You know, I'm not going to bullshit the motherfucker, but all he would do is take a confused answer and then twist it to mean something else. And when this whole thing went to case, I had to go down and fucking testify against somebody I hadn't even seen in like 6 years at that point, and I didn't know what to say. You know, they gave me a public defender for some stupid fucking reason. I'm just sitting pretty when I'm waiting to get called up to the stand because I'm like, well, I don't even know why I'm here. But I get to talk to the lady beforehand, and she reads, subject was anguished and become agitated at the questions, and I was agreeing with her. I'm like, yeah, I became agitated at the questions, because I'm like, why the fuck am I here? What the fuck do I have anything to do with this? Why is this asshole asking me all these questions about my family, which have nothing to do with what he was trying to prosecute, which had nothing to do with me? And that's what I'm getting at. Why a lot of kids that get into situations like this, you know, guilty or innocent, don't lawyer up, is because these bastards know how to take advantage of people. They know how to take advantage of the damn system. If we had a system in place that gave a shit about anything other than itself and its own self-preservation, it would fire motherfuckers like these and put them in the same dumbass hot seat they put other people in. You know, 3 months out of my damn life were nothing but a fucking nightmare. And this was years and years ago. This was like 7 years ago almost. You know. And because it was about 6 months after my kid was born. So I was already going through enough shit. And then something I have nothing to do with flies into my life like a meteor. But I can talk from some personal experience on it because it was just fucking stupid. They like to take advantage of people. They like to do it before they can get a lawyer. And then these guys just get even more pissed off that they get a lawyer, because then the lawyer has the ability, at least for his own financial best interest, to go tell his client how these motherfuckers are going to twist everything that they have to say and fuck him in the ass. Now explain to me, you know, and that's from my personal experience, and that's what I saw happen, and that's what I experienced happen to me. You know, but explain to me, you know, how the fuck is that at that point even a justice system? Because in my opinion, that's just a self-interest system. Excuse me. I'm drying my throat out. I talk way too much in one burst. Anyway, I mean, how the hell is that not a self-interest system? You know, yes, it works to prosecute actual murderers, and it puts fucked up people away. I will not deny that. I'm glad that it's in place to put fucking psychos away. I'm glad that it's in place to put fucking rapists and child molesters and fucking drug cartels and dealers away. But at a certain point, it just becomes another fucking paycheck. And when it becomes like that to these people, why the fuck don't they just get fired? You know, all this dude was doing was fucking with me. Wasting his time, his whole department's time, my grandfather's time. Because we both were talking to each other in the car ride over there. I'm like, well, he's like, what did you do? And I'm like, I didn't do shit. I've been sitting in my fucking room all damn day for like the last couple of months, and you know this, fucking playing WoW. And the whole system, when it does things like that, it's such a waste of resources. You know, these assholes, whenever it's up for re-election, you know, time for state governments, they all are, well, I protect and serve my community. We don't really make a lot of money. And fuck you. Don't give me that shit. $72,000 to $80,000 a year, and you're now telling me you don't make shit. Motherfuckers like you are the ones telling me that there's a recession for fuckers like you in this country, and you're making nearly $90,000 a year. Yeah, you are really, really struggling. You know, what about the girl with 2 kids and having to work 2 jobs to support those 2 fucking kids and a lazy husband who doesn't do shit? You know, well, I guess you're just going to look at her as a fucking vagrant because she doesn't, you know, support your dickload system that doesn't accomplish fucking shit for the most part these days. There was another thing about the comments of these videos that I, and it's not even just for this particular case. I mean, you know, you can click around to just about any one of these kind of videos on YouTube that you want, and you see this shit. And the white knighting is another thing that pissed me off, and I wanted to put it in a video of its own, but I guess I'll just throw it in here too. I don't get it. When the fuck did any of you trollish assholes in the comments of these videos really give a fuck about somebody else besides yourselves? Most of you people are so self-centered that you give more of a fuck about your cell phone or your car's hood ornament or your Starbucks coffee or who's talking shit about you at work that day than you give a flying fuck about the life of another human being. You write your comment, and it takes you about 20 to 30 seconds to do so. You think about it, maybe even less time than that before you fucking write it, and then you get on with your day, and then you have the balls to go write, justice served. Now this pig is rotting in prison. Oh, fuck you. You probably don't even know the name of the victim. You want to know an admittance from me? I don't even fucking remember the name of the person in the particular video that, got me to make this video was, okay? I don't, because I don't honestly give a shit. I don't give a flying fuck for the most part about these sort of things, because I, much like the majority of the human race, tend to be more worried about what's going on in my own life. And it's just a fucking enigma to me that a lot of these people, they'll just go and stick a fucking white knight flag up their ass and march around saying, I fucking stand up for justice. You don't give a fuck. You don't give a fuck. So don't lie to me and tell me you give a flying shit that the system worked, because even you assholes can concede that a 95% of the time fucking ratio, it doesn't fucking work. And it mainly hands out injustices. And you cannot sit there and say that it always fucking works when you yourselves know that a huge percentage of the time it ends up being responsible for putting people in prison for years and years and years and years for shit they didn't even do. That a lot of these fucking cases are subject to what's called prosecutorial misconduct, and they don't give a fuck about the fact that because of misconducts like that, we have 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds going in on life sentences for shit they couldn't even comprehend. Because most of these assholes are incapable of even remembering a time where they had the innocence of a child. For a lot of these cops that like to fucking get off on bossing these fuckers around in prison, they never had a time in their life where they had any innocence, because they were born assholes and they'll die assholes, and they live their whole life as bullying assholes. Most of these motherfuckers were the same people that you had in school who would push you around, call you faggot, and dump your books, and yet you dumbasses are willing to let them protect your country. Jesus, you people are fucking stupid. Here's Bitter Stevie, sorry. But, I mean, it's just fucking amazing to me how you don't see the inequity in that. It's fucking incredible to me how you just don't see that you're fucking letting people like this fuck your country up, and you care more about your fucking personal bullshit. And you label people like me who see this shit for what it is crazy. Oh, the system could never do that to people. I mean, I fucking turn on the news and I watch it fucking do it to people. Watch news stories. Like the one story I saw earlier about a 75-year-old black man with, I think it was epilepsy or Alzheimer's or something like that. He was having a fucking freak out and a seizure, gets tased and beaten to within an inch of his life by the cops. Guys who are mostly 6'4", 220 pounds in body armor. Oh, don't shoot me, I have to tase you. Fuck you. My taxes pay for your dumbass to die out on the street in place of me because you were so fucking stupid. You picked a job that put your life in harm's way. So don't fucking sit there and give me some excuses like I see in a lot of these interviews with these kind of people who get accused of hurting innocent people for no fucking reason. They give, well, you don't know what you're going to face out on the street. Fuck you, asshole. You knew exactly what the fuck you were going to face out on the street the minute you put that fucking uniform on. Fuck the minute you put in your application to join the academy. It's just as fucking retarded as somebody getting dropped in a war zone in fucking full combat dress with a rifle, thinking, oh, the enemy won't shoot at me. Oh shit, what are they doing? What the fuck did you think was going to fucking happen? Don't tell me that you're unaware of what the fuck goes on out there and you're unaware of what you face. That's such a bullshit excuse, and I'm sick and fucking tired of hearing it. Because you hear it fucking left and right. It's so stupid. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It's such a lame excuse. And another thing that pisses me off, that really fucking gets under my skin, is when these motherfuckers do things like these videos of cops that arrest people for no fucking reason and beat the shit out of women. God damn. I saw one that really just infuriated me. They're strip searching this guy's wife who didn't do anything wrong. It's for a routine DUI stop. And it sounds like I couldn't even watch the video. The audio was just disgusting enough for me. I mean, fuck, even without the visuals, it sounds like a fucking rape. And then you have these bull dyke fucking, I wish I had a penis fucking cops. These female fucking ugh, they look like fucking China from WWF. They barely qualify as a woman. Sorry if that fucking offended anybody. My apologies, but I am pretty pissed. You know, she's standing there with a fucking video camera, fucking filming the goddamn thing like this, you know, like... I mean, I can't even believe that to this whore, this fucking incident that was going on didn't disgust her as a fucking woman, you know? Man, I wanted to just make this about one topic, and then I spiral into something else. It just... I can't imagine. I mean, like, as a woman, you're not fucking offended at what the fuck these pigs, who are mainly men, are doing to another member of your fucking gender? You don't give a fuck? I mean, Jesus Christ, what do you got, such an unnaturally large clit that it's like a fucking 3-inch cock in between a pussy or some shit? I'm sorry if that fucking offended anybody, but how much fucking testosterone do you really fucking have to be completely inured to watching a member of your own fucking gender get fucking raped, practically, and molested and violated by the system your stupid ass is upholding, that you don't fucking do anything, and you have the audacity to fucking film it? So that they can use this shit against her in court. You fucking twisted fucking assholes. This is the reason I can't fucking support this idiotic, stupid fucking system in this country. And when I see comments these fucking people spent 20 milliseconds thinking about, spewed all over these comment sections of videos like this, it just pisses me the fuck off, because justice isn't working, idiot. It's not. When somebody gets stopped at a routine DUI stop and they're forced to humiliate themselves when the cops know that they didn't have anything to drink by doing the stupid breathalyzer and all the other inane, humiliating bullshit that they have to fucking do to drunk test somebody, and they end up getting beaten up by these fucking Nazis and then thrown into one of their fucking concentration camps, practically. They like to call it jail. You know, is that justice served? Is that on the same level? Are you going to give me some same fucking bullshit all the rest of these assholes do when I post comments that shoots through their bullshit logic? They're fucking 10 seconds of thinking about fuck all. Okay? No, there's a huge inequity in this country, you fuckers. And it's just fucking ridiculous that you don't see it. Because you're fucking doing what you can to not see it. Because you just don't want to fucking think too hard. God damn it. I didn't want to get this fucking pissed off. And I guess, like, having a monster before, you know, I made this didn't really help any. Because all the caffeine's going to fucking piss me off anyway. But it's just fucking amazing to me. You know, oh, you know, the justice system, it worked this time. She was a vicious murderer. She only stabbed someone who she thought was, you know, a threat to her life. And then these, you know, applaud the officers, these sadistic motherfuckers who are so immune to the subject of death. They can just listen to how somebody's bawling their eyes out about being remorseful for ending the life of another human being, something they've never given a shit about and more than likely have done multiple times themselves in their careers for no fucking good reason, especially when their lives weren't even in danger. They can just sit back and listen to it. Those are the real heroes. Crazy people. Anyway, yeah, fuck the world. It's just turning into a bigger pile of shit every day. Like I said before in a few videos, eventually the human race is going to get used to being told what to do. We're just going to turn into those motherfuckers from WALL-E. We'll sit in our fucking hover chair one day with a TV right the fuck in front of our face. We'll be fucking born diabetic from our goddamn immense, in the millions cholesterol. Fucking force-fed our chips and soda all day because we're just going to fucking be that stupid, complacent, fucking lazy, incapable of ever doing anything for ourselves. We'll live on a fucking assembly line, run by assholes like the motherfuckers I was just talking about, enforced by people who get a paradise to live in because they stole the fucking world from us because we fucking gave it to them in our complacency. Anyway, I don't even know how to fucking end this now. I started off as a normal video and I'm all fucking pissed. Anyway, until next time, I'm some guy on the internet, and at least the 12,000 people that have watched my videos so far, at least you're not fucking idiots. And I'm glad. I'm glad to know that there are at least that many people in this world with some fucking commonality and sense. Anyway, until next time, and shit.